thank you all for coming to the Grand Awards Banquet Breakfast. I'm your Executive Director of the Vertical Flight Society, Angela Collins, and again, I appreciate everyone being here and enjoying the forum with us. We still have a full day of content today left, so I hope you can stick around and enjoy some of the special sessions and technical sessions. Bonjour, bienvenue, mes amis. Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome to Forum 80, our awards banquet. So I have some good news and some bad news. And maybe I start with the bad news. This is going to be our last awards banquet breakfast. Because the good news is, going forward under my tenure as executive director, we're going to go back to the dinner. We're going to have an awards banquet dinner at Virginia Beach. We got some real-time feedback there, and I think folks enjoyed the dinner, you know, and this less stress of trying to get to the technical sessions, and so we'll make that happen. It may require a bit of an additional sponsorship, but we can talk about that offline. So the annual forum was once again proved itself as the largest vertical flight technical conference in the world, with more than 275 technical papers presented this week, nearly 50 invited talks, 66 exhibitors, and nearly 1,200 attendees. We have almost 200 student attendees, and I'm very proud of that as well, thanks to a sponsorship from Bell to bring some students from the local schools. So really happy to have them as well. We appreciate everyone's enthusiasm for advancing vertical flight, and that's what we're here for. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Unether Bioelectronics, for the 80th Annual Grand Awards Banquet. We appreciate so much the support of all of our sponsors and exhibitors who believe in the mission of the Vertical Flight Society, and without whom the forum would not be possible. At this time, I'd like to ask Michael Cardinal to come to the stage. Michael is a graduate of the Université of Sherbrooke, and I think we have quite a few students from Sherbrooke. I'm not sure if Jesse's here or others, but Michael is a vice president at Unether Bioelectronics. So I'll ask him to come to the stage. Thank you, Michael. Come on up. Thank you.
Bonjour, good morning. It's an honor for me to represent the sponsor of this Grand Awards Banquet Breakfast. The Vertical Flight Society ecosystem has been instrumental in the pursuit of Unether Bioelectronics' mission. I will take this opportunity just to communicate a bit more about Unether Bioelectronics and what we're working on at the moment. Unether is a wholly owned subsidiary, a Canadian subsidiary of United Therapeutics Corporation, who is a biotechnology company working, amongst other things, to expand the availability of transplantable organs. We are on a mission to save lives. We are on a mission to save lives with advanced bioengineered organs, tackling the shortage of donor organs. Each year, thousands of patients are dying from an acute shortage of donor organs. Every single day in the US, 17 people die waiting for an organ transplant. Every 10 minutes, another person is added to the transplant waiting list. Under the United Therapeutics Organization, Unether Bioelectronics has been tasked with finding creative ways to transport organs safely, efficiently, at scale, to multiple centers, transplant centers across North America with vertical lift aircraft. So the issue really is an urgent need to increase the availability of transplantable organs. As such, United Therapeutics has a vision to change the fate and lives of these patients through innovative techniques in organ manufacturing, including pig-to-human xenotransplantation and advanced 3D bioprinting. We, Unether Bioelectronics, are designing and fully implementing a highly efficient and environmentally friendly transportation system, including a fleet of aircraft capable of delivering manufactured organs on demand to those waiting patients. I would like to share at this point with you a video describing our technology portfolio and our healthcare use case. Please be aware that this video contains some graphic images of ex vivo organs.
What if the sky is not the limit? What if the sky is the starting line? At Unether Bioelectronics, we fly far beyond the sky. We fly towards life-altering solutions in medicine. In organ transplant, there are not enough organs for every patient in need. We fly to change that. We fly toward innovation. As part of United Therapeutics, our purpose is to deliver bioengineered transplantable organs to every patient in need. We fly so no one waits on a donor list. We fly to save time. Our highly efficient and autonomous fleet is designed to quickly deliver an unlimited supply of organs before their one-day lifespan expires. Saving time saves lives. We fly to move the world into the future, a future built on zero-emission aircraft, including advanced hydrogen-powered, pilot-optional helicopters able to take off and land vertically. Unither Bioelectronics. We fly for life.
So as a public benefit corporation, we pride ourselves at achieving our sustainable goals across all our business operations, including transportation of our organs. As such, we believe that zero-emission aircraft, including eVTOL and drone aircraft shown in the video, are key to attain such objective. So while we are aiming at saving more lives, we believe that we have a societal mission of preserving the environment, and that includes enabling clean aircraft technologies throughout our organ delivery network. In summary, we have a vision to create that unlimited supply of bioengineered organs and transport them from a few FDA-approved centralized locations and then deliver to transplant centers across all North America with advanced zero-emission VTOL aircraft. Thanks to the Vertical Flight Society for being a catalyst for the VTOL industry and to give me the opportunity to share a bit more about our company. Enjoy your breakfast. Merci.
Thank you. All right, again, thank you so much, Mikhail and Unither, for supporting the VFS and sponsoring the Grand Awards Banquet. We're truly appreciative. I hope the forum this year exceeds your expectations. It happens only through countless hours of support from volunteers. And depending on what nonprofit you ask, if you tell them, Angela, how does VFS get all of this done? They're like, oh, we have volunteers. And they're like, well, volunteers, what's that? So I appreciate it. There's so many countless hours of folks, whether it be from our 45 technical sessions, those chairs. We appreciate all of their support. I also want to thank the VFS Montreal Ottawa chapter for volunteering their time in preparation for the forum. They also supported through countless hours of volunteering. They're an extremely active chapter, actually one of our most active chapters up here. So I'm proud to have them as part of the VFS family. And even after the forum, stay in touch. I try to tag up with all the chapters across the world that we have and look forward to doing more work with you guys closely through headquarters. We also want to thank our hundreds of authors and co-authors that provide the core technical content for the forum. But coordination for these efforts and bringing in all these volunteers requires a strong and mighty staff. We're small, but we're mighty. There's only 7 of us, 8 including myself. So I want to thank Julie, David, Valerie, Randy, Mike, Betty, and Alka. And if you could give them a round of applause, we really appreciate their support. So Valerie is our Director of Membership, and she'll be assisting with the presentation of awards today. And we'll also be welcoming Dakisha Agarwal. She's a VFF award recipient, and she's going to be helping give out awards as well. So we appreciate that. In addition to our professional staff, I also want to recognize Dr. Cliff Smith and Dr. Anita Tracy for their decades of support. So they were young kids almost in support to VFS. And they've been running around and helping throughout the forum. We also want to thank John Davis. John Davis wasn't able to be with us this year. He's been a staple of the forum, but both his daughter and his son-in-law are on travel, and he's watching grandkids right now in California. But he wrote the script anyway, so we appreciate that. And we also, of course, want to thank Warren Liebman for doing all of our videography and video production. So we want to thank him as well. So, yeah, a round of applause for those folks. All right, so I think we jump right into it. Where's Valerie? Valerie, are you giving out awards? Are we starting this? I don't see her. We're doing this? All right, let's go. All right. So the Vertical Flight Society would like to present its 2024 Membership Awards, recognizing those who have been the most active recruiters of new members between April 1st of last year and March 31st of this year. And I encourage you as chapter leaders to try to win this award next year if you didn't get it this year. We're very pleased this morning to make an award to the South Florida chapter for achieving the greatest net growth of all chapters. They added 76 new members in that period. Accepting the award on behalf of their chapter is Nicole Urich and Noah Becker from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. So you can come up to the podium and receive your award. We're also very pleased to announce the VFS chapter with the largest net percentage increase of members. And that goes to the Enrico Forlanini, Italy chapter, with an increase in membership of 135%. Representing the chapter are Luca Medici from Leonardo Helicopters and Dr. Giuseppe Coranta from the Politecnico di Milano. So they can come to the stage as well. All right. So next year, as you probably heard, we're going to be at Virginia Beach, Virginia, technically the headquarters home state, to celebrate the 81st Annual Forum. For that exciting event, we'll once again offer the individual who sponsors the most new members over the year free attendance at the forum. That's a big savings. If the winner secures 20 or more new members, they also get a free airfare and hotel. So just remember that for next year. They say there is strength in numbers, and that surely is true with the Vertical Flight Society membership. The members are our society. They make the most contributions to the Vertical Flight Foundation. They volunteer their time and hours, and we appreciate them. These membership awards recognize those who have gone over and above with the support of the society and our collective effort to ensure a vibrant, robust membership. So thanks to all of you that support VFS, and a special thanks to Valerie behind me. She's hiding. There she is. For her tireless efforts to help promote and manage all aspects of membership, retention, attrition, and benefits. Give a big hand to Valerie behind me for everything that she does. All right, I get off the stage for a bit. I want to introduce Dr. Mahendra Bhagwat from U.S. Army DevCom Aviation and Missile Center. He is the current Society's technical director, and we'll give him the stage. Thank you.
Good morning. So it is my pleasure to ask the Forum 80 Technical Director, Dr. Hansu Yo, also from the US Army DevCom Aviation and Missile Center, to please come forward and be recognized for his prodigious efforts in helping pull together this great forum. Hansu? So you may not know, but being the forum technical director is not an easy task. Hansu devoted a lot of time and effort in pulling together this great program that is the hallmark of our forum. As you heard, close to 300 papers with 10 plus parallel sessions. So he worked tirelessly with our VFS headquarters, our 22 technical committees, and hundreds of authors to put together this great program. So Hansu, thank you once again for all your efforts, and congratulations on a job well done. So this next one is special. It's the Robert L. Lichten Award. It is given to an author of a technical paper who has not previously published, presented the results of their work at a national conference. And the winner this year is Cristiano Maria Capizzi from Leonardo Helicopters. Cristiano, please come forward. Yeah. So Cristiano's paper is titled Correlation of Rotor Loads During Ground Operations in a Turbulent Wind Environment. And he presented the paper yesterday afternoon, probably the last paper in the session. Hope you are able to see that, but if you did not, please look up his paper in the proceedings. It's a great piece of work. Cristiano, we are very pleased to recognize you with the Robert L. Lichten Award. All right, so at this point, I would like to turn the podium back to Angelo, but I just want to say one thing. We keep saying that we are an international society, and you saw that this year's Lichten Award went to somebody from Europe. Last year's Forum Best Paper was also from Europe. So I just want to say, rest of us, we need to pick up our game. Thank you.
And on that thread, we had a special opportunity at European Rotors last year, which was produced by the European Helicopter Association, to bring both the best paper recipient from Forum 79 and the best paper recipient from the European Rotorcraft Forum to come and talk together at the VFS sessions. And we're going to be supporting European Rotors again next year, as well as the European Rotorcraft Forum. So we're looking forward to that. So thank you, Mahendra. The Vertical Flight Foundation was established in 1967 as a philanthropic arm of the then American Helicopter Society. And since 1977, the merit-based scholarship program has been a great success story. 700 scholarships have been awarded at the time, since that time. NASA's Dr. Bill Warmbrot was our first recipient back in 1977. In the past 10 years, the program was able to begin a significant expansion, awarding over 300 VFF scholarships, totaling nearly $1 million over the past decade. This year, I was able to increase the scholarship amount from $100,000 to $120,000, thanks to your contributions. And we're also able to increase the number of students that received the award from 22 to 29 this year. So that's, we're really happy about that, yeah. So a huge thank you to our donors. This is where I do my BD spiel, and if you haven't contributed or if you want to learn more about donating, it's all tax deductible. So please do so. 100% of your donation goes to the scholarship. There's no management fees or any hidden fees. So we look forward to being able to quadruple our scholarship award in the next 15 years. That's one goal we have. And we can do so much more, and so we'd love to have your support. And I hope to continue to increase the size and number of the awards, and la-di-da. You guys get the point. So now I'd like to turn the podium over to Andy Keith, Chair of the VFF Scholarship Committee, for the presentation of this year's Vertical Flight Foundation Award. So, Andy, come on up. Thank you. You got your own? Thanks, Andy. Thank you.
Good morning. Each year, the Society's Vertical Flight Foundation awards merit-based scholarships to students entering or immersed in a rotorcraft education. First, I'd like to recognize the members of the Scholarship Selection Committee who performed the difficult process of selecting the outstanding students this year to receive scholarships. The committee was Tony Gardner from the German Aerospace Center, John McEwen, retired from U.S. Navy Air Systems Command, Raj Singh, U.S. Army DevCom Research Lab, and Clifford Smith, who you'll see later, from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. So they read 83 different applications and scored them. It was quite a task. I served as chair of the selection committee. I'd also like to give special thanks to Jeff Sinsay and Julie Gibbs, who provide a lot of logistic support. As Angelo said, this year the Vertical Flight Society is awarding 29 Vertical Flight Foundation scholarships in 3 categories, totaling $120,000. Again, as Angelo said, an increase of 7 scholarships and an increase of $20,000 more than last year. So that's been great. These students are the future leaders of our vertical flight community. The names of the winners who are unable to be here will be included in the list that's going to be read as well as on the slides. Now, as your names are called, I ask the recipients here today to please step forward to the stage. Please hold your applause until the last awardee is announced so all the names can be heard.
The bachelor's degree scholars in alphabetical order are Nathan Hoover, Pennsylvania State University; Grace Johnson, University of Maryland; Philmon Ko Jun Kai, Nanyang Technology University; Lucille Kovac, University of Michigan; Lucas Park, University of California, Irvine; McKenna Taylor, Georgia Institute of Technology; Annalyn Whitson, Texas A&M University. The master's degree scholars in alphabetical order are Rajan Bandari, Auburn University; Batan Budai, University of Maryland; Walter Chong, Georgia Institute of Technology; Michaela Crispin, Pennsylvania State University; Brett D. Dalrymple, Pennsylvania State University; Margaret Donovan, University of Maryland; Max Groom, Massachusetts Institute of Technology; Uksad Kumar, Texas A&M University; Miracle J. Nianche, Texas A&M University; William Magellan Ogle, University of Maryland; Jiwoo Song, Pennsylvania State University; Logan Tanner Swaisgood, University of Maryland. The doctorate degree scholarships in alphabetical order are Diksha Agavan, Virginia Tech; Apurva Anand, University of Maryland; Matthew Aradche, University of Maryland; Rachel M. Axton, Pennsylvania State University; Jasmine C. Chang, University of Michigan; Serene Kansu Esmek, Georgia Institute of Technology; Alexandre Goubert, University of California, San Diego; Alexander Hines, Lebanese, University Hanover; Arti Kalra, Technical University of Braunschweig; and Jessica Schum, University of California, Davis. This is all of our award winners today. Each of the scholarships include a cash award of $4,000. In addition, the top graduate candidates have received special recognition. Mikhail Crispin, Pennsylvania State University, will receive a total of $6,000 from Bell Textron Scholarship, while Batan Bugde, University of Maryland, was selected for the $6,000 Dr. Jin Yen Scholarship for Cost Awareness. I'd like to ask all of our winners to stay on stage for a few moments so we can get a group photo. Thank you.
It's been a tough year. We lost a number of notable leaders in vertical flight from around the world, several of whom were just honored with scholarships for this year. And unfortunately, we lost two former executive directors, as you saw at the end. I'm one of 7 since our founding in 1943, and obviously a difficult time. As we stand at the shoulder of giants before us, let's remember to give a helping hand to those who are our future, our students here. And that's what this society is all about. And that's why I took this job, to serve. Working together and lifting each other up to advance vertical flight technology, and it's critical. So at this time, I'd like to present your host for the rest of the morning, Tomas Krasinski of Airbus Helicopters, and this year's chair of the board of the Vertical Flight Society. Tomas, come on up to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelo. I like a lot the film we saw for your bioelectronics that Michael and Sarah showed us. It showed really now in our society how technology moves forward. We are living completely new period of everything what is control, the electric drive, the new sensors, and this really is very important for the next generation of young engineers. In this period, it's even more important to recognize the people who get a great contribution for our society. And I would like to point out that the role of technical director even is more and more important. And we have Mahendra Bhagwat played this role for 2 years. He comes from US Army, DEFCOM Aviation and Missiles. And I observed Mahendra for a while, how he loves nature, so he's very quiet, and he analyzed all the papers in a very deep way. And it was, he gave really a great contribution to strengthen the technical leadership of our society. And he really provided the guidance also for the future. And he gives now the baton to Al Brandt from Bell. Al, if you can stand up, just great. So Al told me he teaches classes at Penn State, and he promised me to explain that he will contribute to explain really the fruit theory, told the people to explain the big rotor needs a lower power, and I believe that really it will be a very good succession, and we will have the continuous, the highly skilled technical directors. So I would like once again really appreciated Mahendra in role of technical director. So Mahendra, could you join us? So one more thing, you know, Mahendra will never leave Vertical Flight Society because he accepted also, he will be the chair of VFS scholarships section committee. So it's a really very, very high engagement in our society. Well, we have the committee of the awards, okay, and really I have a lot of pleasure to work with this committee. And in any committee it's always important, we must make choices, okay, and I was the chair of this committee, but I could tell that it was really a pleasure to see how all the proposal were analyzed and argumentation which came from Mahendra, from Miriam Kokolai, Ikari Warwook, and Robert Scott. I would recognize really, underline their cleverness in the way they prepared this committee. And I can tell you that people and all the nominees really were analyzed, and choices we did really excellent choices. So there were, I think, many endorsement letters, hundreds of endorsement letters, and committee did really excellent job. So now I will give the hand to Rex Alexander, advisor for VTOL infrastructure and VSS. We serve the master of the ceremony. What is not an easy role, huh? Rex? Huh?
Thank you, Tomas. Greatly appreciated. We start our award presentation by recognizing Dr. Brahmada Panda as this year's recipient of the Alexander A. Nikolsky Honorary Lectureship. I hope you were able to hear him give the 44th Annual Nikolsky Lecture on Tuesday. Dr. Panda, would you please come forward? Today, we honor Dr. Panda with the Nikolsky Medallion and Certificate. As enumerated during the introduction to his lecture on Tuesday, Dr. Panda's technical leadership accomplishments over his distinguished 44-year career have been comprehensive and numerous. He is widely recognized within Boeing and internationally for pioneering the development of methodology while implementing and applying state-of-the-art multidisciplinary rotorcraft analysis tools to a variety of rotorcraft products. As a result, he is Boeing Technical Fellow and a Boeing designated expert in the area of rotorcraft, aeromechanics methodologies, and its applications to rotor dynamics, load vibration, aeroelastic stability. And he has now added Nikolsky Lecturer to his list of distinguished achievements. Congratulations, Dr. Panda. Our next honors are the VFS Technical Fellows. As I say your name, please come to the stage to be recognized. Dr. Anuba Dada, Alfred Geso, Rotorcraft Center, University of Maryland. Rohit Jain, DevCom, Aviation and Missile Center. Carl Okier, Airbus Helicopters. And Christopher Silva, NASA. Dr. Unabu Dada is recognized for his research and academic leadership in the rotorcraft aeromechanics discipline. Dada is an award-winning researcher and educator who has led significant contributions to the state-of-the-art in vertical flight engineering, having educated and mentored a generation of rotary wing engineers. Rohit Jain is recognized for his technical expertise in rotary wing aerodynamics, unsteady fluid dynamics, turbulence and transition models, software development, and parallel computing. He has been a driving force in elevating the field of rotary wing CFD from high-end research to routine practices in industry. Carl Okier is recognized for his record of career-based understanding technical achievements in the fields of handling qualities, flight testing, and rotorcraft evaluation. More specifically, he has contributed substantially to the introduction of Airbus' unique Heli On-X cockpit on H-135 and H-145, and to the development of novel test techniques.
Just, you know, I had the pleasure to work with Carl for years. He's not only flight test engineer, but he's mainly design engineer and mixture of all. So.
And Christopher Silva is recognized for being a leader in developing aircraft conceptual design methodologies, and providing enabling technology towards making passenger-carrying eVTOL aircraft a reality. The tool chain he developed for NASA's revolutionary vertical lift technology effort provided the most numerically grounded designs for advanced vertical lift aircraft. We'd also like to note that each of these individuals, our newest technical fellows, have made significant contributions to the success of VFS over many years. So thank you and congratulations. Our next award is the Francois Xavier Bagny Award, which recognizes outstanding contributions to vertical flight technology by a VFS member aged 35 or younger. The winner this year is Dr. William Stark, Joby Aviation. Dr. Stark, please come forward. Dr. Stark is recognized for significant contributions in advancing three-dimensional modeling and wind tunnel testing of the rotors. For example, he assisted JPL and rotor modeling for the Mars helicopter Ingenuity, transitioned CFD and CSD technology to DoD Create AV program, and contributed to the design and development of eVTOL rotors for Aurora and Joby. Dr. Stark, it gives VFS great pleasure to present you with this award today. Next, the Grover E. Bell Award. This year's recipient is Tilt Rotor Aeroelastic Stability Test Bed, or TRAST, Wind Tunnel Test Team from the U.S. Army Research Lab, the Army's DevCom Aviation and Missile Center, and NASA. I would like to ask the following team members to please come forward to accept the award on behalf of your team. Hao Kang, Andrew Kreshak, and Elias Rigas of ARL. Imso Yo and Tom Mayer of AVMIC. The Grover E. Bell Award is given for an outstanding research and experimentation contribution to the field of vertical flight development. The TRAST Wind Tunnel Test Team is recognized for their efforts leading to the impactful research and the development and advancing of fundamental understanding of aeroelasticity for the next generation of tilt rotor aircraft. The test demonstrated the effects of a wide range of tilt rotor design parameters on aeroelastic stability, including blade flap pitch, delta 3 angles, blade structural properties, gimbal hub dampening and stiffness, pylon yaw stiffness, and pylon pitch stiffness. Congratulations to everyone on the team. The next award is the Vertical Flight Society Supplier of Excellence Award. This year's selection is Dayton T. Brown Incorporated. It will be accepted by Nelson Cubano, Christine Norim, and William Bradshaw of Dayton T. Brown, as well as Joe Kalentek Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. Please come to the stage. Since 2011, Dayton T. Brown has earned the trust of Sikorsky by completing several large-scale and complicated test programs. Most recently, the company is chosen as supplier for the conduct of static test article of the Raider X helicopter, aircraft, and airframe, a large-scale and complicated test program. The company is an industry leader and stands out in the Sikorsky supply chain. Please, a round of applause for the team. The next award is the Leonardo International Fellowship Award. This year's selection is the Apache Attack Mission Systems Team. Composed of individuals from the Boeing Company and the U.S. Army, the award will be accepted by Andrew Augustine, Hugo Lascano, Andrew Smith, and Grace Christilla of the Boeing Company. Please come forward. The team designed and developed a mission systems product line that incorporates all domestic and international customer requirements, supports compile and runtime detection of the Apache configuration, and was fielded for multiple domestic and international customer simulations. The overall effort spanned multiple parallel contracts containing software reuse for Apache operational flight program software, Link 16, data correlation, geospatial embedded mapping software, and graphic data servers. We thank all the members of the Apache Attack Mission Systems team for their contribution to the international cooperation and collaboration. Now, the Robert L. Pinckney Award goes to the Assembly and Flight Operations Operator-Assisted Robotic FOD Verification Team from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. I invite John Bynock from Sikorsky to please come forward to accept this award. The team is recognized for successful completion of the development of a complex foreign object damage, also known as FOD, verification solution comprised of a collaborative robot-based, operator-initiated autonomous verification system and a handheld camera on a stick, COAST. This was accomplished by evaluating historic FOD data for Black Hawk and CH-53K aircraft, including FOD-related corrective action requests, and using the data to train AI neural networks to differentiate FOD from the areas of the aircraft with nominal non-FOD conditions. Congratulations, sir.
Such a award really touches the safety of aircraft, so great.
Next is the Harry T. Jensen Award, which is presented to the S-92 tail rotor bearing monitoring team from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. I invite Bert Howard from Sikorsky to please come forward to accept this award on behalf of the team. The team is recognized. The team is recognized for the development, certification, and fielding of a more capable monitoring system that reduces maintenance and gives vastly increased notification time of the potential bearing degradation, thereby increasing the reliability, maintainability, and safety of the S-92 helicopter. The improved system is now the primary bearing monitor and provides clear flagging of bearing monitor status and bearing monitor health on the HUMS ground station, making exceedances readily apparent. Thank you. The next award, the Howard Hughes Award, this year is given to the Free Fly CFD, CSD, FCS Modeling and Simulation Development Team at Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. I invite Jinjin Zhao from Sikorsky to come forward to accept this award. The team is recognized for successful development of a high-fidelity co-simulation technology to enable free-flying full aircraft maneuvers using closed-loop, tightly coupled CFD-CSD methodology with full production aircraft flight control systems. The newly developed simulation was correlated with the S-97 Raider helicopter flight test maneuvers. The technology was subsequently applied to optimize the main rotor design of a major program to reduce loads and vibration while minimizing weight. Our next award is the John J. Schneider Historical Achievement Award. This year's recipient, Erasmo Pinheiro, Jr. from Airborne Tactical Advanced Company, a Textron company. Erasmo, would you please come forward? Mr. Pinheiro has over 30 years of aircraft operations, systems integration, and flight test experience, and has been a decades-long supporter of vertical flight history, authoring over 40 historical papers and supporting presentations. As a longtime member of the Vertical Flight Society History Committee, he has nominated several vertical flight heritage sites, as well as facilitated several VFS annual forum history sessions. Thank you, Erasmo, for extremely important efforts. And now, the Vertical Flight Heritage Site Award. This program is intended to recognize and help preserve locations with the most noteworthy and significant contributions made in both the theory and practice of helicopter and other VTOL aircraft technology. This year, the committee selected Glenn L. Martin Wind Tunnel at the University of Maryland, College Park, Maryland. The award will be accepted by Dr. Jewel Barlow from the University of Maryland. Beginning in 1949, the Glenn L. Martin Wind Tunnel was investigated advanced aircraft designs, including single main rotor, tandem, coaxial, compound, tilt rotor, tilt wing, and tilt lift jet vertical flight aircraft. It continues to advance the understanding and technologies of bearingless rotors and smart rotors, slowed rotors, ducted rotors, and electric powered rotors. Types of tests have included fuselage and component drag build, rotor research, and aerodynamic and stability studies. The tunnel works primarily with external clients interested in developing products with aerodynamics in mind. For example, in the addition of the aviation-related testing during the 1970s, the tunnel aided in the certification of some revolutionary automotive designs. As an example, the Ford GT40 racing car and the Taurus passenger car. It is in the second largest university-run wind tunnel in the United States. Over the years, the tunnel has been a source of data for research, programs, and product design support for more than 2,200 tests from across industry and government. The tunnel from the Alfred Gezzo Rotorcraft Center has provided education to generations of aeronautical students and has to date impacted at least 100 graduate theses in the rotor wing field alone. A large bronze plaque, which weighs 35 pounds, will be installed later this year in ceremonies recognizing the Glenn L. Martin Wind Tunnel as an official vertical flight heritage site.
So I visited several times this wind tunnel, and what was always impressive that in Maryland you teach students with experimentation. And we know in our industry experimentation is key, huh? So really great job.
Our next award is the Captain William Kostler Award, which is given for the greatest achievement in practical applications of operations of a vertical flight aircraft, the value of which has been demonstrated during the preceding year. This year, the award committee selected British Columbia Wildfire Service Aviation Operations for their efforts in battling the historically large 2023 wildfires in their province last year. Will Robert Bardozzi please come forward to accept the award? And we do have a video to play for this.
Director of Speed Creek Complex out of Invermere. Here today at the Fairmont Airport. Aircraft are an integral part of the firefighting team here. We require their assistance to do multiple types of operations on the fire line, including bucket support and aerial ignition, as well as moving ground crew.
My name's Bill Atkinson. I work for Canadian Air Crane. I'm a captain on the S-64 here. I've been flying the crane for about 27 years. I've worked for the BC Wildfire Service for a lot of decades.
Days where we're planning to do planned ignitions, we start off with a pilot briefing just to make sure that all pilots are aware of the plan for the day. The aircraft work right in conjunction with the ground crew, and so as I get information from the operations section, I'll reach out via the radio and instruct aircraft to reposition to a new priority area. So it does take a lot of communication between the group here, and the HELCO also plays a role with really guiding them in and setting them up for success.
Yeah, so this year's been a challenging fire season for us. The extreme fire activity we're seeing, we're getting a lot of smoke, reduced visibilities, a lot of mechanical turbulence. We're obviously not the only helicopter on this fire. We work in conjunction with other heavies and mediums, as well as making sure we know where the ground crews are for our active drop. So radio communication is really paramount. The visibility can become extremely challenging. So we use the opportunities during the day when winds increase. That can either clear out the smoke or make it even worse. So we're really at the mercy of the weather events, which cause, of course, the lower visibility.
We have to monitor and assess as the day progresses, because smoke can move quite quickly, and we can go from really good flying conditions to poor flying conditions quickly, and we want to ensure the safety of our pilots as well as our ground crews.
I took the Roberts Hunted double force, here because really saving lives and fighting in the fire with helicopters is really tremendous job.
In going the 2023 wildfire season in the Canadian province of British Columbia was the most destructive in the recorded history of the province. Between April 1st and October 31st of 2023, 2,245 wildfires burned more than 2.84 million hectares of forest and land, including much of the mountainous terrain. The hectares burned in 2023 were double the last record of 1.35 million in 2018 and 10 times the 20-year average annual area burned. Tens of thousands of people were forced to evacuate. Hundreds of homes and structures were lost or damaged. And there were enormous impacts on communities, natural ecosystems, infrastructure, and the economy. To fight this massive quantity of fires, British Columbia Wildfire Service Aviation Division coordinated the overseeing and response to all fires, including the contracting, deployment, and day-to-day management of the firefighting helicopter fleet. Encompassing everything from establishing fire bases and managing fuel and air traffic to the overall fire attack strategy, where the ground crews are supported with air tankers and helicopters. Up to 150 helicopters per day were moving personnel and cargo, observing fires, and directing attacking wildfire hotspots with water drops. The team of long-term and casual hire helicopter logged over 48,800 hours of flight time over the 7-month period of the wildfire season. Please stand and thank the British Columbia Wildfire Service Aviation Division for the heroic and historic accomplishments. Our next award is the Dr. Alexander Clement Award. It is the highest honor of the Vertical Flight Society bestowed on an individual for notable achievement in advancing the field of vertical flight aerodynamics. This year's recipient is Daryl Toney from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. Please come forward. Daryl is recognized for his contribution to the areas of structural analysis and rotorcraft structural integrity for the VTOL aircraft. Specifically, the structural design methodology which Daryl developed has resulted in a unified designs approach, completing a comprehensive array of ground test strength demonstrations with the unprecedented level of success. His software is used by roughly 1,000 engineers across the world, including Sikorsky Lockheed Martin employees, engineering outsourced personnel, as well as suppliers and customers for the structural design and validation of components used in the current Sikorsky production line. Daryl is also inventor or co-inventor on 16 patents. Our final recognition today is the Honorary Fellow. This is a status granted to society members whose career-based leadership, vision, or other contributions have advanced significantly the interest of the vertical flight community. The Honorary Fellow was the first award created by fledgling American Helicopter Society in 1944, and the first recipients were Igor Sikorsky and Colonel Frank Gregory of the U.S. Army. This year's Vertical Flight Society Honorary Fellow recognition is awarded to two individuals: Gene P. Munson, retired from the Boeing Company, and Dr. Clifford B. Smith, Lockheed Martin Fellow from Sikorsky A. Lockheed Martin Company. I would like to invite the recipients to the stage. Gene P. Munson is recognized for his career in flight testing rotorcraft at Bell Helicopter and Boeing. After retiring, Gene continued as a vertical flight consultant. In addition, he has been a member of VFS for over 55 years, served as advisor to the board of directors, helped build the Vertical Flight Society Vertipedia database, and helped numerous local and national offices. Dr. Clifford B. Smith is recognized for being a leader in the test community who always engages on complex test efforts, developing innovative test solutions while mentoring and coaching young engineers. He is recognized for this exceptional leadership in test and evaluation and for his inspiring leadership of the next generation of vertical flight engineers, as well as his dedicated and energetic service to the Vertical Flight Society for the last 30 years. Congratulate Gene and Cliff. That completes the presentations of this year's awards. Now it's time for passing the gavel ceremony from outgoing chair of the board to the incoming chair. For that, I will turn the program over to Tomas.
Before we proceed, I want to big thanks to the VFS staff, all the committee members, the chairs, presenters, members of the boards, technical council members, and of course all the volunteers which who make our society alive. And also what makes 8 years of the success. Also thanks Rex Alexander for serving as master of the ceremony, which is not an easy task, and you did it in a brilliant way. Finally is the time to pass the baton. I would tell it was an enormous privilege for me to serve in the society for the latest 2 years as a chair. I could not ask for the more honor. So my mission is finished. And I would tell it that Vertical Flight Society is an amazing contributor for aerospace community, especially in actual times, where the technology moves forwards and everything what is going all over the world, where rotary wing will take more and more importance. We protect heroes, we save lives, we have great people, we can reach with rotary wing impossible to reach places. We respect the history of our pioneers. And we move the technology forward. We do military support, disaster relief, medevac function. We celebrate this mission, and we foster the collaboration all over the world. For me, it was really a privilege to serve for Vertical Flight Society, and big thanks to all of you. Especially, I would like to tell a few words about the staffing. So, big thanks to Angelo, Mike, Julie, Randy, David, Cliff and Anita, Rex, Alka, Valérie, grand merci Valérie, and Betty. So, staffing of vertical flight is very small, but very efficient, and that's why our society is in so good shape. Now I will pass the gavel to Harry Natis, GE Aerospace. And, well, Harry, you told me you love sailing. Yes, that's right, you like sailing. And rotary wing is always problem of the wind, you know, rotor is some kind of the wind. We must have the pressure from higher pressure from one side and lower pressure on the other side. So you have the turbine. So I am convinced you will be excellent chair of the board. So I give you a baton.
Thank you, Tomas. And thank you to Angelo Collins. You know, this was Angelo's first forum, so Angelo, tremendous job. You and the staff just did a phenomenal job. Thank you for your, let's give Angelo a round of applause. First forum. I'm honored to have the opportunity to serve this organization and continue the work of helping to advance the future of vertical flight. You know, I'd like to thank everyone in this room and our 6,500 members and all of our past members who inspire me to go above and beyond my abilities. As the incoming chair of the Vertical Flight Society, I want to listen and learn from as many of our members as possible so I can help guide Vertical Flight Society into the future. This is a very exciting time to be involved in vertical flight. The U.S. military is modernizing its vertical flight fleet. Europe is beginning to modernize its vertical flight fleet. And we've got the emergence of the advanced air mobility sector that is just, you know, every day we see a new configuration and a new company looking to compete in this market segment. So there's no better time to be in vertical flight. My priorities as the chair will be to find new and better ways to serve our membership, advocate and promote safety in our industry, expand international membership, and university outreach. So with that, the 80th Annual Grand Awards Banquet has drawn to a close, and now it's time to head to our morning refreshment break. Now, please exit the room as quickly as possible as the convention staff has to turn the room over for a special session that begins promptly at 10:30. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and enjoy the rest of the conference.